Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another classic. Today for you I've got the super awesome funky One Piece quiz of all time, as you can see right here, made by me, Stevie. We got Chop over here. This is going to be an all-time banger, I'm telling you. So here are the rules of this trivia quiz. There are going to be 10 multiple choice questions. Well, there's going to be 11 actually. My bad. I'm a chud and I forgot to fix that. There's going to be 11 multiple choice questions. Pick the option that applies to the question, whatever the question is. Each question is going to be worth 1 point. I don't want to get into like, oh, this one's worth 3 points, this one's worth 1 point. Every question is worth 1 point. It's just easier that way. Question 12 varied for participants. I was not about to give them bar for bar the same quiz. You never know. You never know. Maybe they have like a hive mind. You never know. So I made sure question 12 was different. But it's gonna be like a lightning round, so it's gonna be boom, 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 boom. It's not gonna be like, oh, pick one of these 4 options, you know. And then obviously rule number 5 is have fun. Everyone's gonna have fun, right? Not big spoilers, there's not going to be any big spoilers, but spoiler warning for up to the end of Wano, just in case, you know, you never know. I don't know what people care about spoilers on. There's no major, like, story beats that I spoil. I'll just put that out there. That's not going to be happening, that's not going down. But I never know, you never know, like, I'm going to say something trivial like, oh, did you know what? I don't even know. I don't got one off the top of my head, I'm sorry. But, like, I could say something stupid, and someone's gonna be like, oh, how dare you spoil that? Hey, pal, just blow in from stupid town. But here are our participants. We got Pink here. Pink has seen up to Impel Down, I believe. That's what they told me. They're just lying. They're just outright lying to me. And then we got Dean, who I'm pretty sure is caught up with the manga, but should ace this. He really should. But with the participants and the rules out of the way, let's move to question 1. Of the following, who has the largest chest measurements, as confirmed by Oda in an SBS segment? Is it A, post time skip Nami, B, Boa Hancock post time skip, C, Roanoa Zoro, just in general, or D, pre time skip Frankie, you know, my girl. I really love this design for Frankie, by the way. I think I might like it more than his big cyborg post time skip design. But anyway, who of these has the largest confirmed chest measurements? What did our volunteers say first? Pink said C, Zoro. Okay, great. And Dean said C also, Zoro. So we just unanimously all agree, Zoro. The real answer is Boa Hancock. Look, so I actually set this question up to be Zoro, unknowing that he's 1 centimeter behind Boa Hancock. So yeah, I thought it was Zoro too, but he's 1 centimeter behind Boa Hancock. Now I didn't look for the official measurements. I'm not doing all that. I just know it's Boa Hancock, and that if you really care that much to figure out that, go right ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. Question 2: which isn't the name of one of Usopp's slingshots? Kuro Kabuto, Kuro Pachinko, Ginga Pachinko? I'm real sorry if I'm butchering these. And Kabuto. Here's his slingshots you can look. What did our volunteers say though? We gotta know. Pink said, what? D. Kabuto is a Pokemon. So they're going Kabuto. A. Kuro Kabuto. Interesting. He picked A. Dean picked A. Kurokabuto. And that's the Pokemon. I've never heard of this Pokemon. I'm not big into Pokemon. I've never heard of that little guy. But apparently that's Kabuto. But the real answer is Kuropachinko. So yeah, so this is Kurokabuto. This is Gingapachinko. And my favorite slingshot he's ever had, and it's a tragedy he got rid of it so soon, was Kabuto. I love this giant slingshot so much. I miss it so much. Because the fact he could plant it in the ground and use it to like aim more steadily. Oh my god. It was also just so Usopp. It was just I miss it, dude. I miss it so much. Anyway, question 3. True or false? This is a true or false. Ace was offered the role of Warlord, but he turned it down. What did our volunteers say? Pink says, true. I feel like this is true. And Dean says, true. So, there you have it, guys. It must be true. And the real answer is that, yeah, that went down. As you can see here on this panel here, it says, this young upstart has a lot of spirit. Grr, ha ha. He turned down an offer to be one of the 7 warlords? How old is he? What's the big hurry? Youngster was asking the newspaper. Alright, wife here. Yo, what? Dude, you gotta shut the hell up, man. Anyway, question 4. Who of the following has not worn Luffy's straw hat? A. Rebecca. B. Nami. There's Nami, guys. C. Usopp. Or D. Araki. What did our volunteers say? Of those 4 options, Rebecca, Nami, Usopp, Araki? Who's Rebecca? Look. My bad. That one's on me, guys. They picked Usopp. Pink picks Usopp. And Dean picked Rebecca. But the real answer is Rebecca, yeah. Nami, of course, wears the hat in the iconic Luffy help me moment. Usopp wears the hat in Long Ring Longland. And now I know, guys. But that's filler, even though it's literally not. It's a canon arc. It's a canon arc. Long Ring Longland happens. And not only does he wear it this time, when Luffy's fighting Foxy in the boxing match, he wears it another time in the same arc. He wears it twice in this arc. So, undisputed king of the straw hat, aside from like Luffy and Shanks and stuff, Usopp. And then, well, there it is, guys. There's the Rock.
I want your soul.
The Rock wore the straw hat. What type of fish was Arlong is what question 5 is. A. A great white shark. B. A swordfish. I didn't know swordfish could jump that high out of the water.
But I think I recall now, some like fisherman guy, I remember seeing this on like Discovery Channel maybe, he was talking about, yo, I was fishing once, and then a swordfish decided it was my time to go, and it like leaped out of the water and like pierced his heart or something, I don't know.
C. A marlin, which is basically just, basically a swordfish, like, come on guys. And then D. A sawtooth shark. We ought to see what Pink and Dean said. I want to say D, but I don't know if that's right though. So D, a sawtooth shark, is what Pink picks. Dean picked a sawtooth shark also, and the real answer is a sawtooth shark. And yeah, I actually think this question got a lot easier when Arlong was made into live action, because he's got literally this nose. So, but yeah, there is a great white shark fisherman who is an antagonist. Hody Jones is a great white shark. Question 6, is Buggy's nose his real nose? Is that nose right there his real nose? I love this design for Buggy, by the way. I think he's such a cool character. I love you, Buggy. Buggy, if you're watching, I love you. I'm doing the heart hands right now. You can't see it, but I am. What did Pink say? Yes. And then, is Buggy's nose his real nose? Yes. They both, Dean and Pink, picked yes. That's his real nose. Because it is his real nose. And Pink said, why would he be so insecure about it if it wasn't? Which, yeah, you know what, fair logic. Why would he? Alright, question 7 here. How many staffs has Nami wielded throughout the series so far, not counting one-offs? A, 3. B, 6. C, 2. D, 4. What did our volunteers say? There's a whole interaction here, bro. A whole NPC interaction. The penguin, emoji, dog. I'm gonna say, wait. Wait, why did I say wait? Hold on. 3. A. 3. Alright. So Pink picks A. 3. Dean also picks A. 3. And the real answer? 1. 2. 3. 4. What? So yeah, she's got 4. And look, here's what I'll say.
I'm really sorry. You could say 3. I feel like I might be the one tripping here. But here's what I thought. These two are in spirit the same climate act. But in the same way that like Iron Man makes a new armor, and it's still an Iron Man armor. It's still got the same, like the Mark II to the Mark III in the first Iron Man film. It's the same suit basically, just a few minor tweaks and changes in color scheme differences. So I figured, yeah, the Climate Act 2.0 here, I think that's what it is, unless this is the 2.0, I don't know. The Climate Act here, maybe it's like 1.5. Climate Act 1.5 here, she gets in Annie's lobby, is like, it can do different things, you know, she can do the whole like bubble technique, you know, where like a cool tempo, I think is one of the names, hot ball tempo is one of them.
Anyway, moving on. Question 8. In Thriller Bark, Robin refuses to join Pirate Docking 6. If she partook, what limb would she have been? And I'll let you know right now before I give the options. What limb would she have been from Pirate Docking 6's point of view? Alright? If you were Pirate Docking 6, what limb would she have taken up? The left foot, the right arm, the left arm, or the right foot? And there's Robin, you know, no, it would hurt my human pride. What did our schmucks say? Bruce says, I know this. She's one of the odds. I want to say, like, if we're looking at Frankie, it's our left, his right. And I mistook this for C. So I said, so C. Sure, yeah. But then, while making this, I realized, no, they're talking about B. Because if we're looking at Frankie and it's his left, it's our left and his right, then yeah, it would be his right, so it's B. So maybe I stole it from him, you know. But I gave him B, not C, because I realized what they were trying to say. I'm real sorry, you know, Pink, if you're watching this. I might have robbed you of the victory here. But Dean said B, so they both locked in on B, and the real answer is the left arm. And you know, real question, why couldn't she just make a big arm? Because at this point she knows how to make the wings and stuff with her powers. She couldn't just make an arm to go there? That'd be awesome, dude. Question 9. What food does Chopper choke on at the banquet in Alabasta? A. Meat. B. Noodles. C. Cake. Or D. Watermelon. What did our volunteers say? Pink picked the watermelon. And Dean picked noodles. And the real answer here is noodles. Now, I put watermelon because I genuinely, I was trying to think of foods that they might have had at the banquet that also would be funny for Chopper to choke on. And dude, just imagine Chopper choking on a whole watermelon. He's got the lump in his throat, like it's like Ed, Edd and Eddy or something. Oh my god, that'd be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
One watermelon, go back, fresh from the manure field, your spookiness.
Question 10. The mangaka for what series sent out a fan art of Smoker when they were 15? Was the mangaka for A, My Hero Academia? Whatever. B, Demon Slayer. C, Chainsaw Man. Or D, Sakamoto Days? And our volunteer said A. I love this fact, deadass. And then Oda redrew the Smoker fan art when My Hero Academia ended. I guess they're picking My Hero. And then Dean also picked My Hero, and that's because it is My Hero. Dude, it would have been so funny though. Pink makes the whole story, and it didn't happen. Oda did not do that. They did not send him this. But they just got like a rumor. I got that from Reddit actually. But yeah, here it is. I remember reading this chapter when it came out. I don't know what happened, and I probably should have checked before this. I made this video. But question 11, true or false? Portgas Diaz is canonically named in world after his father's sword. And what did our volunteers say? This, I don't know. I feel like it's false. So that Pink has locked in false, while Dean has pronounced to the world with an exclamation point, truth. And the real answer is that it's true, probably. We know, and I don't want to spoil for Pink specifically. I don't want to spoil anything about Ace and his father and all that. But we know the sword was named Ace before Ace was born. Like, almost a 100% chance that this dude actually got named after his father's sword. So, yeah. Let's move on to question 12, Dean edition. This is the question I asked Dean for question 12. I will list off people off, and you have to tell me if they did or didn't have a devil fruit. Easy enough, right? So first up, Gekko Moria. He says, yeah, Gekko Moria had a devil fruit. Garp? No, Garp did not have a devil fruit. And then Kaku, he says, Dean says Kaku did not own a devil fruit. Gekko Moria did have a devil fruit, that's correct. The shadow fruit, I knew the name of it, but I just forgot it. I'm real sorry, oh my god. What is the name of his fruit? I actually know, I promise I know, I just forgot it right now. Garp, of course not. Garp is a big hockey user though, so. Kaku though, did. And the really bizarre part is not only does Kaku have the silliest fruit ever, the giraffe fruit, we watch him eat it. We literally watch him sit down and eat the fruit. Not in a flashback. Spandam brings him and Khalifa the bath bubble fruit and the giraffe fruit. And we watch Kaku eat it. Dude, how did you forget? Okay, whatever. I won't dunk on him too much for that one. Did bro forget who Kaku was? Let's go to Lasso. Everyone knows Lasso, right? Lasso. But says yes, like delicious Lasso. Dalton, yes. This guy's locked in, dude. Dean is locked in. Satori, no. And Bo sweeped it. Yeah, Lasso did have a fruit. Lasso was a canon who ate the dog fruit, the dachshund fruit. And he was Mr. Four's dog. And Miss Merry Christmas's dog. It might be a she, I don't know. I know it's Lasso. I'm just gonna call him Lasso. Dalton, of course, had the bison fruit in Drum Kingdom, the Drum Island arc. And Satori didn't. Satori is the ball ritual guy in Skypiea with the red hair and the fake Luffy hat. Hina. Did Hina have a devil fruit? Yes. Dean says so, so it must be true. Kumadori? No. Kumadori did not have a devil fruit. Ohm did not have a devil fruit either. And Douglas Bullet. Douglas Bullet's a non-canon character, by the way, but yes, Douglas Bullet has a devil fruit. So says Dean. Why is my name Pink right there? Hold on. Okay, whatever. Hina did have a devil fruit. She had the cage fruit, and she barely used it. She used it the most in Marine Food, but still barely used it. The like only move I've seen her do with it is that like clothesline to the body within like she like wraps around you, and I don't know, I feel like she could do a lot more with it. She does do the like wall technique, I don't know. Kumadori, no. Kumadori, I love that guy. He's the lion in and he's Lobby. No, is the guy with the like girl in the god sunglasses in Skypiea. He's one of like Enel's disciples or horsemen, you could say. And Douglas Bullet he has this really stupidly overpowered devil fruit that the writers of the movie didn't even think about, but yeah, Douglas Bullet does. I don't think he should have. I think just keep that fruit away from him, but it was stupid. I don't even remember what it did. Like he could assemble anything, and he made like this giant kaiju mech. It was stupid. I thought it was really silly because bro's already shown physically he is a unit. Why do we need to give him this devil fruit, dude? But let's move on to question 12, Pink Edition. These are the questions I asked. Pink. I will name characters. Just tell me if they're real One Piece characters or not. This one was a lot more fun because it was with someone who hasn't seen the whole series. Then Dean's question, who I was just praying he didn't remember every character who had a devil fruit. Hattori, no. Bro has no clue if Hattori's real. Cranky Doodle. Is Cranky Doodle a real One Piece character? Feels real. Hattori is Rob Lucci's pigeon. Yeah, Rob Lucci's pigeon's named Hattori. Now you know. Hattori, name of Rob Lucci's pigeon. So, Cranky Doodle though, he's the pony from My Little Pony. Or the donkey. He's the donkey in My Little Pony. He's cranky all the time. And he first debuts in an episode where Pinkie Pie's trying to make him smile the whole time, and she sings the Smile song. You know, my name is Pinkie Pie.
So you're a cranky doodle donkey?
That song? Yeah, that's Cranky Doodle. So, bro just biffed this whole thing. Up next, we got Gats. Is Gats a real character? There's no way. Kumadori. Now, I forgot I asked Dean if Kumadori had a devil fruit, but Kumadori, they say yes. Kumadori's real. It's okay, guys. Pickles. I'll say fake. Pickles is not real. Pickles, Pink claims, isn't real. And of course, Fat Man, also fake. Okay, Gats, real dude. They wouldn't know that though, because they're from Dressrosa. They're the announcer in the Coliseum. They're not a big character. I'm not spoiling a Dressrosa kid. I mean, I kind of am, but not an important one. This dude's not gonna pull up and like defeat the villain. Gats does not do that. He's not doing anything super duper major. Bro basically just screams the whole time. Kumadori, like I said, kind of gave it away with the last question with Dean and stuff, but whatever. Pickles was on Foxy's crew during Long Wing Longland. Pickles is a recurring character too. He's one of his recurring crewmates. That's Pickles right there. And Fat Man, you got me. I was going after the Metal Gear Solid 2 character. Fat Man, I love this dude. I have nothing to wear to the party.
My suit? Oh no. I've nothing to wear to the party. The party's over for you.
Up next, Ben Quadanara. Is Ben Quadanara real, Pink? Real. So confident. So much confidence in that. What about Pearl? I'm gonna say Fane. Fake. Okay. Pearl, fake. Pearl's from Steven Universe, actually. John Giant. Is John Giant real, though? Real. Mr. Giant is my buddy. But... well, I guess John Giant's their friend. You got me. But Ben Quaternaris is technically a real character, but from Star Wars, he's a pod racer. He doesn't even pod race, dude. His breaks down before the race starts. 8, Pearl. Yeah, Baratier. He's the symbols guy in Baratier. I don't know how. I'm not quite sure how Pink forgot this guy. I guess he's kind of forgettable in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like it was more memorable than Don Krieg, the villain of, or the antagonist of Baratier. And John Giant, yeah, he's a real dude. He's a Marine. And there was a really funny interaction after this where I told them that John Giant was real. I'm sorry. And because I wanted to ask whether they were friends with a Marine, and they said something like, yo, I'm gonna have to talk to him about that one. It was really funny. You should have been there. Up next, Bobby Fish. Feels real. Bobby Fish is a real character. In fact, that's him right there. That's Bobby Fish. And last but not least, Batman. Last one, Batman. And, you know, Pink is saying, real alert. Bobby Fish, though, he's a professional wrestler, dude. Some of you might know him from his time in the Undisputed Era. Actual peak. I literally just put him in here so I could talk about the Undisputed Era. Oh my god, what a group. Prime, NXT Black and Gold Undisputed Era. Oh my god. There's Adam Cole right there. I miss this dude. I hope his neck's feeling okay. But Batman, yeah, that's Batman right there, dude. This is Batman. You made it! This is the end of the quiz. The trivia. All the questions have been asked, and there were 32 possible points you could receive. In total, they couldn't receive the 32 points because they were asked different question 12s, but if you add all the points from both question 12s and the rest of the quiz, then there were 32 possible points. But let's see how our volunteers did. Pink could have received 22 possible points. Pink got 8 out of 22 though. Dude, oh my god. And that is a 36%. Now, if I gave him a bonus point for knowing the whole, like, My Hero, Oda backstory lore, that's still 9 out of 22 and still a failing grade. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give you a big fat F, Pink, I'm sorry. I'm just the messenger, don't shoot the messenger. But Dean could have received 21 points. Which seems a little unfair, but I don't care. And Dean got 16 out of 21, which is a 76. Good job, Dean. Yeah, come on, guys, clap. What are all these boos for?
What are all these boos for?
And that's a C. You know, if you're in school, that would be a C plus, maybe. I don't know. I'm not in school, but good job, guys. I'm real proud of both of you. And thank you guys for playing, and also really big thank you to Pink and Dean for participating. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything, really. I'll catch you in the next one.